Hey, welcome to ShareTreck. I hope we are live. Just going to check for a second and see if everything is okay. Yeah, I think we are online. Let's go and get started. Let's see how things are going. Okay, so hopefully we have some audience today and we'll get started. Yeah, I have some important observations for the day. I've already put that in the thumbnail and description so you would know what I'm going to talk about, and a few more things, which makes me feel that today finally we might see the downtrend starting off, regardless of the fact that the H200s have been allowed to select companies in China, vetted companies. Um, I think still, despite all that, we might see a little bit of a problem. The stock price for NVDA has been moving up a little bit pre-market, but not as much as one would have expected at the news of opening up H200 to China. Also, we can keep in mind that it's not a blanket clearance, it's just for select companies. So maybe that accounts for it. Now let's look at S&P 500. And as you can see, we are potentially creating a new shoulder. So I have discarded the earlier, let us see, let me get this tool in hand first. Yeah, so earlier we had a head and shoulder pattern. Now I have discarded that. Now this is the new head and shoulder pattern that is potentially forming. So you can see that we have a line of support out here, and this line of support happens to be at 6,859 today, and pre-market we are up 0.08%. We are at 6,861. So the chances of us coming down is pretty good. And if that happens, then we are coming below this line of support and we might convert that into a resistance. We'll still have a line of support out here, which is a minor line of support. It's been coming with us for a while. This could potentially hold us back for a little. But if you look at the volumes are also diminishing. And once the Fed announces that they have cut the rate, then what else do we have as catalyst, right? So that's the question. And same is the story with NASDAQ as well, forming another head and shoulder pattern out here potentially. It's not yet baked, but it is potentially there. Now, what makes me feel even more about today is the fact that the VIX has gone above the line of resistance that we had. It has confirmed. If it closes above this, it would have confirmed this as a line of support. I'm just going to mark this green right now. And if that becomes a line of support, then we have a floor from where it will aspire to meet a resistance and break above 18.16. So that's one aspect. And you can see that gold is starting to move up. It came down here. I was not able to buy my dollar cost averaging, but it's starting to move upward again. And the most important thing is, if you look at the 10-year yields, US 10-year yields, we have a very familiar pattern, and the pattern is a reverse head and shoulder. And if this reverse head and shoulder gets triggered, which it will today, it will get triggered today. The bond yields are down 0.19% this morning. Yesterday we had pierced, and today also pre-market we had pierced the resistance. So today there's a good chance that we may trigger this. And if we do trigger this and confirm the neckline as a support, then we have a target of 4.418, which could be where we would end up if the reverse head and shoulder pattern gets triggered on the US 10-year yields. Now, you also have to look at the Japanese 10-year yields. The Japanese 10-year yields have been going up significantly higher. And if you look at the USD JPY combo, you can see that this was a bull flag, and now we have broken out and we are going up. So if I was to draw the bull flag out here, so this was the bull flag and the breakout happened out here. So we can see that we could easily go to 159.93, which would lead to the yen unwind trade. That could also happen. So that's what I'm thinking when I look at gold and when I look at VIX and when I look at what's happening with S&P 500 and NASDAQ. It seems to me that we are going in that direction. I would like to hear from you guys what you think about it, and we'll take it from there. Now let's go on and have a look at our indicators and see where they are. We have S&P 500 also forming a head and shoulder. I'm going to dispense with the previous head and shoulder that we had drawn, and I'll convert it to the new one where the new head is out here and the potential new shoulder is on this side. So let us see what happens out here with our head and shoulder pattern. And you'll also see that the volumes are not as high as they were before. The volumes have moderated a little bit. Market sentiment is still bearish, tending towards the neutral. Momentum is dropping a little bit, and MACD also moving towards the signal line to cross over to the bearish side. I'm very keen to see what happens out here. Are we going to come down, or are we going to go up and try to meet a target of 7027.80, which was a bull flag target, but we started moving sideways. So let us see how it goes. NASDAQ also is looking at consolidating out here because we had this range of resistance. We were not able to break out of it in the previous trading day, and also yesterday we tried to break out, but we came back to the bottom of this resistance levels. So are we going to able to break out of this band of resistance? That's the big question for today. And QQQ will give us an answer. QQQ is down 0.3%, and we have this band of support out here for QQQ, which starts at 624.33 and ends somewhere around 623.52. So right now we are just at 624.08. So 624.08 is just below 624.49 or 624.33, which I mentioned. So we are within this band of support right now. We need to bounce back up and confirm about that. We have not been able to do that for a while now. So again, there's a question of indecision out there. Are we going to form the shoulder? So I'm going to remove this shoulder from here. The question is, are we going to form a new shoulder on this side? And are we going to trigger it? If we form the shoulder and trigger it, this was the neckline we had at 589.65, then that would help us to go down and meet a target of around 543.02. Next, let's go on and have a look at AI. And when we look at NVDA, it's up 0.81%, which is a very small jump compared to the news of the H200 and also the news that NVIDIA will launch its Rubin CPX chips next year, boosting AI systems' ability to process million token coding and generating generative video, while providing cost benefits over rivals. The rivals basically are Google and AMD. Of course, Broadcom also is part of the Google consortium. So those are the ones that I think we are looking at. Now, if you look at NVIDIA and look at its PE, where is the PE for NVIDIA? Let us see more. Price to earnings ratio, 45.18. And if you look at Broadcom and look at their price to earning, they are 99.7. And then look at Google and look at Google's price to earnings. It's at 31.77. So in all probability, Broadcom is overvalued and it will have to lose some value out here. Would I be shorting Broadcom? No, I won't, because we have the earnings coming up on the 11th, and I don't want to do anything closer to earnings, and I don't have the confidence to deal with a stock which costs $400. Even if I had to buy 100 stocks, that's going to be a lot of money. So I don't have the guts to short it. But if you look at the PE, there has to be some sense, right? We have been using price to earnings for quite a while. Price to earnings for Broadcom is 99.7. Price to earning for Google is 31.77. And price to earnings for NVIDIA is 45. And let us look at AMD also. Let us see the price to earnings for AMD. So where is AMD? AMD is here. Price to earnings ratio for AMD is 107.72. So I'm thinking both AMD as well as Broadcom would have to give up some value. I would definitely short AMD. I would like to short AMD if I get the opportunity. I think the opportunity is there at this point of time. AMD is up 0.67% in pre-market trades. And again, the ability to sell in China, which is helping NVDA this morning, is also helping AMD. But if I was to look at another chart out here, right? Let me just take this one out here, get you an arc. Okay, so what we are looking at here is a formation of a reverse cup and handle pattern, in my opinion. So if this reverse cup and handle pattern happens to trigger, then we could go down a long way. So let me do this here. So there is a probability that we could go all the way down to 154.44. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm just saying that I'm looking at the possibility very carefully, and I wouldn't be buying AMD or Broadcom at this stage. I would just wait and watch what happens to them. And if this reverse head and shoulder is, if this reverse cup and handle is triggered, I would definitely be going in to make sure that I take advantage of that situation. So that's what we have here. Amazon is down 0.01% in pre-market trades. It's got a bear flag, and I think the bear flag has broken down and it's on the way down. It will get support today somewhere around 222.96. And we have Apple. Apple is up 0.29%. It is definitely going to get support today at around 274.90. Microsoft is up 0.02% in pre-market trades. It will get resistance at 494.76. It will get support at 486.11. Tesla is down 0.82% in pre-market trades. It will definitely get initial support somewhere around 431.92 because that's where we had this flag consolidation and then we moved up. But definitely there is no bullish signals out there. Market sentiment is still bearish but coming to neutral, but MACD is deteriorating and momentum has dropped sharply. So we'll see what happens in this counter. I'm never confident about anything on Tesla. It's always bullish. It's like a balloon in water. Oracle is up 0.22% in pre-market trades. I'll be a bit careful about Oracle because we had I think if I'm not mistaken, Trump is a bit miffed about the 60 Minutes CBS show with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and probably is going to be unhappy about that, and that could definitely hit CBS. I think CBS is owned by Larry Ellison's son, if I'm not mistaken. So those guys might have a little bit of a problem, and Netflix is trying to take over Warner Brothers, and there's a little bit of competition coming from Paramount. So all of those things have to play out. So it's a bit risky at this point of time with Oracle and with Netflix. So I'll be a bit wary. I would like to hear from you guys what you think. AMD, of course, we have covered. SMCI is up, is down 0.25% in pre-market trades. Today it will get support at 34.10. Broadcom, I have already spoken about what I think about Broadcom. Regardless of all the market sentiment and everything, the price to earnings ratio is absolutely crazy. Palantir is down 0.64% in pre-market trades. And at this point of time, the bear flag has been destroyed. So I don't know what is happening out here. So I'm going to wait and watch for more candles to come up and show us a pattern. The last candle we had was a doji candle, which again is an indecision. So the market is not clear what it wants to do. We definitely have a resistance at 189.80. We also have a support today at 180.33. So let us see what happens with Palantir. Market sentiment is still bearish. MACD is bullish, but momentum is flat and just above average. Let us see a few more candles and decide what to do with that. SMH is down 0.10%, and it's going to get support at 363.12. and we have Tempus AI, which is down 0.65%. We have a cup and handle. So what is going to happen here? I'm very curious about this. This is a cup and handle pattern out here. Let me pull this down a little bit. Let me say this is the cup and this is the handle. It may not be very perfect, but seems to me a little bullish, and we can look at the trigger out here. And if we break this trigger and if we confirm above this trigger, let me pull this out a little bit. If we confirm above this trigger, then we can go a long way up. But I don't know, given the overall market condition, whether Tempus AI will be able to pull that off. Now, that said, let's go on and have a look at our genomics. And in genomics, I'm looking at Prime. Yesterday, we were not thinking too much about Prime, but it did very well yesterday. And now we have got a resistance for us at 4.54. Prime is still up 2.61%. And we have an update on Prime. It says, what is that update here? No, this is old update. So there is no new update on Prime. This is a double bottom, potentially. It's almost a double bottom. Maybe that's indicating a little bit of bullishness out there, but I'm not sure what's happening with Prime, because market sentiment is bearish and momentum is above average. So there is promise that it could go all the way up to a resistance of 4.53, but I don't know beyond that. Now let's look at Intelia, which is down 0.64% in pre-market trades, and market sentiment is still bearish. MACD is bullish, but momentum is still below average. So there is no clear direction for this. Support at 9.07 is a good possibility. Caribou Biosciences is up 1.06%. It will definitely get support today at 1.85. And we look at Beam Therapeutics, which is up 0.04%. I'm looking forward to this becoming a bullish pennant or something, so that we can still aspire to meet a target of 30.75 from the cup and handle pattern. We have bullish market sentiment, bullish MACD, and momentum above average. Plenty of room on the RSI. Morning is a little positive. Let us see. Altimmune is up 6.77% this morning, and that's really good news. We have Altimmune. I have Altimmune in my portfolio. I'm looking at a support being created at 5.31, and we also have another support being created at somewhere around 5.50 today. So if we close at or above 5.73, I think we are going to confirm both these supports, and that will be a big deal for Altimmune. I've been holding it for a while. As I mentioned, I sold half of it on profit and the other half I held, which was very negative for a while, but I think the ship is coming. Let us see how it goes. Editas has got no trades pre-market. It will get support at 2.36. Illumina is down 0.20%. Now I'm not sure what the heck is happening out here. I could still think of this as a bull flag, but the market sentiment, which was bullish, is starting to peter out. MACD has already become bearish and momentum is dropping. So let's watch a few more candles, but it's not looking very promising right now. And if the overall market goes down, so will Illumina. CRISPR is up 0.19%, and it's going to get support at 56.44 today. Allogene, and we still have a bullish pennant formation out here. We have a target of 60.48. Hi Uddhav. We have a target of 60.48, so we could still aim for that. We'll see how the subsequent candles pan out. Allogene is flat in pre-market trade. Grail is up 0.50% in pre-market trades, and I don't know what is happening with Grail. We already came very close to 115.98 with this wick, and since then we have been on our way down, and I think market sentiment is also fizzling out. MACD has become bearish, momentum is also dropping, so things are looking a little dicey for Grail. PACB is down 0.43%. It is tracking along this diagonal line of support of the bullish pennant. I think very soon we'll have to write off our target of this bullish pennant, which was around 3.70. We'll probably have to write it off. Let us see the next few candles. It's not looking very promising right now. And I would like to go and have a look at Vertex. Vertex is also down 0.05%, and this diagonal line of support will give a support at 433.30. ARCG is up 0.13%. It is struggling to stay above the support of 31.14. If it falls down below that, then we are in trouble. It has breached the neckline of the cup and handle, so I'm hoping and praying that we use this consolidation to jump up, considering this to be a bullish pennant. If that happens, then I'll put a target out there. I don't want to jinx it right now. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, and momentum is above average. There is plenty of room on the RSI. I still have hopes for ARCG. And then let's go on to DNA. Ginkgo Bioworks, again, cup and handle pattern. It's still consolidating out here, up 1.28% today. As long as it stays above the neckline and consolidates, I would be hopeful that we are going to break out forward and do a new target for it. But I'm not going to jinx it. Yes, Uddhav, I'll do that. So we wait there. And next is Precision. Precision is up 2.5%. It manages to stay above the support of 3.64, which is going to perform the role of a support today, and the resistance at 3.80. Eli Lilly is up 0.34%, but it's on a bearish path. I think it will get a support at this regression channel at around 969.81 today. That said, let us look at Ultragenics. Ultragenics is up 1.81% in pre-market trades. All the gains it had, it let go of it, and it's trying to regain some of those gains today. But I'm still happy that it's on a bull channel, and that's what matters as far as I'm concerned. This was a bull flag, and we broke out and we came back down. So I would like to see some patterns form out here which can inform me on which direction we are going. So with that said, Uddhav, I think you missed some important things. So I'm just going to do a quick rehash of the important things. Look at S&P 500. It could potentially create a head and shoulder pattern which is bearish, and if it gets triggered somewhere around 6552.50, then we are in trouble. Same thing is the case for NASDAQ, another head and shoulder pattern being created, and if it gets triggered out at 24,078, we will be in deep trouble. Now, why is that more important? Because VIX is also got support, and if it confirms above this line of support, which I think it did yesterday, then we have only the resistance of 18.15 holding it back. And if we break above this, you know what happens when VIX goes up, the prices fall down. Gold touched the support and it's moving upwards, and if it breaks this line of resistance, this band of resistance, then we have a lofty target for it, which would usually mean money is coming out of the stock market. And along with that, now we have some more catalyst. Look at the 10-year yields, which is a reverse head and shoulder pattern, and it has got a target of 4.416 if triggered. Yesterday we pierced it and came back. This morning also we have pierced it, and we are just on top of this 4.17. we are at 4.166%. So we could go all the way up to 4.418, and you know what happens when that does? Shares lose value. Then we have Japanese yen, Japanese 10-year bond, which is also going on increasing the yields, and that is going to reflect badly on the US 10-year as well. So overall, money is going to be getting sucked out, and we are looking at we look at USD JPY combo. Now, this was a bull flag, and the bull flag target is 159.951. We already seen 3 green days, and this morning we are up 0.35%. This is the candle for this morning. So if we continue going up, yen unwind trade might happen. So all of these things could together create a lot of problem for the stock market. So I would say be wary. Now we are talking about team. So let us see where team is. Let us do the currencies first and then go for team. Okay, currencies, BTC USD. BTC is up 0.07%. It is still within the range of 91,955 and 87,476. So this is the range in which it is, and this is the bear flag in black bear flag pattern. Yeah, thanks a lot to the bear flag pattern happening out here. So if this bear flag breaks, it could go down. That's all I can say right now, especially because momentum is below average. So I think what happens to Bitcoin is the same story for all of the crypto. So with that said, let us look at where team is. I added team somewhere. Let me see where I added team. Did I add it in genomics? No. Did I add it in AI? Yeah, team. I saw it somewhere out here. Team. Okay. Let us dispense with this. This did not work out. So we have a double bottom. I would say we have a double bottom, and the double bottom, for it to trigger, I would say that we have to cross 175.98 for the double bottom to trigger. So at this point of time, I would say that the market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, momentum is above average, moving upwards, plenty of room on the RSI. Let us see how high the RSI has gone in the past. In the past, we have gone all the way up to 85.36 on team. So I think it can go higher. It can go higher, but we also know what is happening with S&P 500, what's happening with NASDAQ, what is happening with the 10-year bond yields and other things. So I'm thinking that the double bottom has not yet formed. It's not yet triggered. Unless the double bottom triggers and crosses the neckline and confirms the neckline as a support, we won't have an upside. So right now, I'm not feeling very confident. It's confusing, I would say, honestly, Uddhav. I wouldn't put my money into it. I don't know. It's your call. If you don't put money in it and later on it triggers and it's a huge gain, you would be upset. And I don't think it's time to call that it's going to trigger the double bottom. I don't even know if we can go all the way here to the neckline, which should be red. I don't know if we can reach all the way up there, given the overall market condition. But in the past, what has happened is when the market goes down, either the Federal Reserve does something, or some of the AI companies do something, or the White House makes a statement and things go up. They have made a statement today about the H200 being sold to select companies in the US, and that's giving the market a little bit of things to chew over. But once the Fed comes in tomorrow and announces a rate cut, then what else is the catalyst? All these rate cuts are bad news for the economy. It means that the economy is not doing well. The Fed has to prop it up. And most of the index is held up by 7 companies, all of them in AI and infrastructure. If there's a glut of infrastructure, if there is a loss out there, I think it's going to affect the whole economy. It's going to be really bad. So I'm scared about that. So that's what I am saying, Uddhav. I don't know if this helps you or not, but there is an inherent bullishness in there, but I don't know how much it will carry because every stock has a delta, which is its correlation with the index. So if the index goes down, stocks go down. Index goes up, a stock goes up. How much the stock goes up when the index goes up and how much the stock goes down when the index goes down is called as delta. Let us see if we have a delta out here. We have a beta. We don't have a delta. Okay, let me do a little more out here, okay? If I was doing this. Okay, let us go to Yahoo Finance. Go to Yahoo Finance. Let's put team. So this is the chart for team. They should have a delta out here. Bear with me, Udo. Bear with me for a minute. This. Do you know where you can find delta for the stocks? Let us go to AI. Look up the DLTA for ticker symbol PEAN. I don't think we are getting this, but wherever you get delta, just check it out. And the correlation between the stock price and the market. So there is always a correlation. If the market goes down, if team also goes down significantly, then it has a high correlation with the index. So I would be careful out there. So that's all I have for you, Uda. So with that, I think I'd like to end the session today, and I'll catch up with you guys again later on. And thanks for joining. Okay, bye for now.